Welcome to session number 20. Now we shall continue our entry into the international markets. Let us see what are the various other strategies. Let us continue our journey of entering into international markets. Okay, quick recap before that. We had we have seen exporting, we have seen international licensing. Now let us go for international franchising. Franchising, a very beautiful concept. See here, franchising is nothing but it's a form of licensing, but it's such a popular that we can define it as a different mode of entering into the international market. Under franchising, an independent organization called the franchise operate the business under the name of another company called franchisor. Under this agreement, the franchisee pays fee to the franchisor that is also called a royalty. This is what a franchising, as I told, is a form of licensing. It is same as licensing, but what we usually do is we associate the word franchising mostly, not always. Mostly, we what we do is we associate the word franchising with the services, whereas the word licensing is used for manufacturing and production. So this is one of the difference. And what happens in franchising is a very tough form of licensing. There are strict rules and regulations than the licensing in franchising. A franchisor has total control over the franchisee, but in licensing, they do not have the control. The only they control is IP, intellectual property rights. And in franchising, as I told you, under this agreement, the royalty is paid. But here in the licensing, there is no payment of there is no support from the licensor. They do not give you any training, but the franchisee, in franchising, the franchisee is held by the franchisor 24/7. Okay, again, I'm not. It might be an exaggeration, but there is always a help from the franchisor to the franchisee in whatever they do. Here, what are the services the franchises provide? Trademarks, operating system, product reputation, continuous support system like advertising, employee training, quality assurance program, etc. But here in the licensing, they do not provide any kind of support. License, get lost. Okay, you take the license and do the business. We're not going to provide more than that. But here in the franchising, they're going to provide you the quality assurance pro. They're gonna provide the quality assurance program. They're gonna give you and they're gonna give employees training. Your employees will be trained by the franchisor. Okay, and the advertising, they help in even the advertising, a product reputation, the franchising business. Okay, as I told you, is a very popular way of entering into the international business. As it is a form of licensing, the problems are the same, the issues are the same, the boundaries of the agreement. Okay, what are the various constants in the agreement? Okay, what is the level of boundaries? Determination of royalty. There's always a mismatch between the bid and the offer. Okay, there is a determination of right, privileges, and constraints. What are the rights of the franchisor, the franchisee privileges given to the franchisee? What are the constraints? Okay, these are the things. And one more important thing in the international licensing, in the licensor, in the international licensing, one difference with the franchising is that you can give license to a number of people, but you can give franchising to only one party in that particular area. You cannot keep on giving, you cannot keep on giving the franchisee to all of them. Okay, here also a company or an organization which is giving the right to use all its intellectual property to use all or any of the intellectual property right to some other company in the other country, it is called as an international franchisor. The person, the company, the organization which gives the permission is called as franchisor, and the person who takes the permission, who uses this intellectual property right, the person, organization, or a company, corporation, they use the permission, it is called as a international he is called as, or it is called as franchisee. Franchisor is a giver, franchisee is a taker. Franchisor gives the intellectual property right permission, franchisee takes the intellectual property permission, franchisor gives support system, franchisee receives the support system. Okay, this is what, and the advantages are more or less same. There is less investment on the part of the franchisor can get formation regarding the markets because already your brand is a good there, and you get more benefits. Franchisee, if the product doesn't work, there is no problem for the franchisee, he just collects the royalty. The only problem is that the royalty might stop coming to you after a few years when the period, or if there is a provision in the agreement that it can be ended before a few years of actual uh, uh, actual date, then there is a problem for franchisor, and it reduces the market opportunities because where your franchisee is working, you cannot compete with them. An international franchisee is more complicated because it is not within the boundaries of the nation, it is across the boundaries of the nation. It becomes very difficult to control the international franchisee, because if you are franchising, if you are selling your intellectual, I mean, if you are giving the franchise to within the nation, it becomes, it is comparatively a lesser headache to control. But you're in some other country, you're in India, they're in Honolulu, or Cuba, or Havana. This is it becomes very difficult. There is scope for misunderstanding between the parties, very obvious. Leakage of trade secrets of the licensor, because you're trading them, you need to give at least some idea of your trade secrets. Okay, this is the one of the problem, and this is also one of the method we have learned about exporting, licensing, and franchising. These are some of the different ways that you can enter in the international business. And thank you guys. This is Let us wrap it up and meet you in the next session.